So today we're gonna go through Amazon and try to select 10 accessories that are under $50 USD so you don't have to. Right, next in line we have our handle brake lock, which looks like it was already used from Amazon. So first impression is that it's heavy. It looks more robust than what I was expecting. That's a good sign for a lock. We have the key like this, a round key, which I think it's a bit harder to lock pick, and it's opening pretty straightforward like this. When you press it, it's going to lock into there. So like this, it's locked, and then you unlock it, right? So you would put your brake handle here, the grip brake here, and it would press when applied. And I guess you have more inserts here. So I think this is the insert for the brake handle, and here you probably have inserts for the grip handle, but you can see it doesn't fit very well. So I mean, the lock is butter smooth, well that's nice, satisfying. So far I would give it a 5 out of 10. I don't know how well that's gonna work on a scooter, so let's check it out. Again, I have no idea how that's gonna work with a drum brake or even a scooter, so let's check it out. So I guess the brake handle would go through this slot here, and then you would need to press it against the grip like this and lock it. Well, that was actually pretty easy. Okay, so I guess first problem is that you can just pull it off. Let's try if I put it further, if that's gonna change anything. Like this, I'll press on it and lock it. So same thing. I think the problem is maybe our grip is a bit too small. So that's for the drum brake. We had a Phantom right here, so let's try it with a disc brake to see if that changed anything. Which everything is the same. The grip is the same, the brake handle is the same, so I'm not sure why it would be any different. But let's give it a fair shot. I'm gonna do this, close it. So again, this is how it's supposed to go. And same thing, you can slide it off. So I think main problem with this is while the accessory does feel good and solid, and it's butter smooth, this thing, our grip just doesn't allow for this. I would give a 1 out of 10 because it's pointless. All right, next in line is the baby grip, I think. So look at this. This is way smaller than what I was expecting. It's really a baby grip. It looks cheap, and it's just a middle pole really with the cheapest grip on it you can find. And the bracket, which is very round, so maybe that's one call out that I'm not sure if it's gonna fit on our model, because it's round, it's small, so even like the diameter of our stem, I don't know if it's bigger than the distance between those holes. And there's no rubber insert. So I guess be aware that it will probably scratch the paint on the stem before scratching the face of your kid. Quality 2 out of 10. I was expecting this, but it's even smaller, it's like one hand. And we're gonna see how well it fits on our stem. And first test is to see if it actually fits on the scooter, which I think it will, but it's gonna be tight. So this one on the go will not fit. The screws are not long enough to reach both sides, as you can see. But I do have longer screws, so we're gonna try it just for fun. All right, so we have our baby handlebar mounted. It's not going anywhere, and I think now we just need to try it. So this accessory, because of the legality of it and also because of how it works, I think we cannot safely recommend it. And it's also because of our stems, it's gonna scratch all the paint. So we can see here it really damaged it and it shifted on it. And that's why you want accessories that's gonna offer a little bit of padding inside. Then we have the phone holder. So this one I'm pretty excited about to see if it fits different phone, if it can fit on our weird handlebar that we have on the Air in the City, or even the Go, and if it can fit with big case on your phone. Looks nice, little instruction for the unboxing. We like that. So I guess the idea is to put your phone at the top like this, and then when you release it, it's gonna lock at the bottom as well. And at the back, you have a lock function. So I guess that's for extra security. I don't think fitting with a case on it, I have the quad lock case, is gonna be a problem. You see, for an iPhone 15 Pro, fits perfectly. It is solid because there's no up and down movement, and side to side is blocked here and a little bit here. So yeah, I mean, this works. And more importantly, the mounting point. Can it be adjusted however you want on the handlebar? The bracket is heavy. Wow. Okay. That's a bracket with a lot of rubber inserts. So we like that. And right there, I can see it's gonna fit on our handlebar. So that's excellent. And it's mounted on a ball, right? So that's pretty cool as well. I would imagine you remove this, put it through, clip it. I like this mechanism, and yeah, it can be mounted like this, and you can tie it directly. This is smart design, you know, you can tie it directly with the shape of this. You don't need any extra tool. So okay, well, so far I'm impressed by this. I would give a 9 out of 10, just because this could be a bit smoother, the button, but the rest is a good unboxing experience, feels good. Seems like it adapts to one of the biggest phones, so I'm pleasantly surprised. So let's see. To install this, I guess you need to open it like this. And does it fit on the Apollo Go without any support? I think it does. I mean, that's quite something. If it can fit on our scooters, oh wow. Okay, so far free movement like this, and I can still, like, it's not interfering anywhere. So if I try to mount my phone, I mean, that works pretty well. It does fit without interfering with the throttle. That's the first win. It doesn't seem to be putting any pressure on the cover that's gonna press on the throttle, because it's still butter smooth, and it does feel secure. See, like now it's locked, I guess. Yeah, so I guess the lock function kind of worked, but a little bit finicky, that button. That's nice, and it takes literally 5 seconds to assemble, and you have no need for tool. Lamy Cool, that's the name of this phone holder. Bruh. Really good. I would suggest it if you don't want to use the quad lock one. Again, nothing's gonna beat the quad lock, but you know, if you have the City or Air, that might be the way to go to use the Apollo app. And again, if you compare it with the quad lock, you need to plug it, right? So for the phone holder, I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason for me why it's not a 10 out of 10, it's this lock button is just strange. Maybe it's the unit I have, but except that, the rest, really good. Yeah, 9 out of 10, solid accessory. And lastly, we have a couple of horns. So I ordered different designs because I'm not sure which one is the best. And they have different features, like this one's gonna have the light, so we'll go ahead and unbox them. So this one from Wind and Moon. It seems like it's a wireless remote horn, which is kind of cool because usually you have a wire like this that's linking the speaker to the remote. And it's USB-C charge, that's nice. And it comes with even a little support to be able to mount the remote. For the second horn, a little bit of an ugly design, but you never know, maybe it's loud. So we have this one here, and it's USB-C charging as well. You know, often those horns are micro USB, but USB-C, it's nice. And we have the rubber strap as well to mount it, so that should be no problem. Then we have the classic of the classic, this round horn, which we were selling and are still selling on our website, with the little remote as well. Yes, micro USB with good waterproofing though. And lastly, we have this horn that I unboxed before. So this one looks intense. There's 4 beam lights on it, and the speaker itself is big. It looks rugged, right? And I think it looks a bit better than those kind of things. So now I guess we're gonna try how loud they are and how easy are they to use. So I'm gonna start with the one with the remote. Okay, so this one we'll try to charge it and see. Not working out of the box. So out of the box, I would say probably a 3 out of 10. Then we have this horn here, so pretty straightforward. Right off the bat, the thing I don't like about this one is that there's no little remote, so you need to press on top of the horn, which is kind of weird when you drive, right? Because you need to go on top to press. Not very loud. And I wonder, there's only 1 button versus all the other ones have 2 or 5 buttons. So this one, I would say it's a 2 out of 10. It's not practical. Then we have the classic one. I love this one because the remote is easy to mount and it's like one piece molded rubber. Ah. Yo. Way too loud. I think you have a different sound for this one. Yes. Yeah, so you have a couple sounds. They all sound okay, I guess. But this is overwhelmingly loud. I just destroyed my ears. So yeah, this one pretty good, and it's waterproof, which is pretty sweet for the handle and even this part. And lastly, we have this one here with a different mounting mechanism than the other one, which usually are rubber strap. This one seems to be like a kind of zip tie that you can screw an adjustment on. And the more you tighten it, the tighter it is. So I guess you can cut this after. It looks okay. For the charging port, we have micro USB as well. And let's see how it works with the light, the button and everything. We have the lights here. Okay, so you can have pulsing, flashing. Oh, different colors. That's pretty cool, I guess. Red, blue, and you go back to white. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And for the horn, okay, that's good. And I think this one you also can change the sound. Those are the sound you can choose, but pretty bright. So if you have dim light on your scooter, like if you don't have an Apollo scooter, I guess this can add a decent amount of visibility to be seen. Again, I guess you're not gonna see on the road with this. I would say this one probably 7 out of 10 as well. Noticeably bigger. So the first one is the one with the light that we showed before. So pretty easy to install. You just pass this like this. And then because I have the wire in the remote, I can just go and install it on the other side like this, and like this you have a pretty sick horn setup. So this one I would probably lower it to be a bit more comfortable, but not interfering. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you ride your scooter like this and it's right next to the thumb, you know, you go. So easy to reach. You could have a louder one for the same price, so we're gonna try the other ones now. Right, so this is the one that we usually sell on the website. So I'll try the same setup to see if it fit around the Go. So yes, it does. Tight, but it does fit. And I'll try to pass this around. So it is tight for the Go, and this is at least twice as loud as the other one. Might be difficult to capture on camera, but much louder. So yeah, again, I like this setup. It's clean. You just have the little remote and it works 100% of the time because it's wired. So this one is my favorite so far. I would give it probably a 8 out of 10. And now for this one, which when we were unboxing it, it was my least favorite one. I'm gonna use the same setup. I'll pass the rubber firstly here and I'll go around. Okay. I mean, it looks cute like this. Like it's clear it's a horn. But the main problem I have is when you ride, there's nowhere to click, right? I don't have any remotes here, so I need to go like this. For something that's not loud, this is the sound of the bell. This is a horn. It's basically the same sound. So this one, I would say 1 out of 10. Now we have the last horn, which was not working at the beginning, but now it is. We charged it, so I think the battery was just dead. So this one, right off the bat, it's not rubber adjustment. You know, it's fixed like this and there's a bracket, but it's gonna be too small to fit on the Go. So we're gonna try to fit it on one of the Phantom instead. So the control could go like on the handlebar like this. And it seems like on this handle, there's multiple control. There's actual horn that you press here. This is the volume. So you decide less. And it's interesting because this one, it seems like there's a lock function. So if I press on the lock and then I move it, there's our alarm. You can lock it or unlock it. So, I mean, it's a cool feature. It's loud. It doesn't look that terrible, but it does feel a little bit cheap. So I think because of the extra feature and the kind of nice finish, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. The reason why it's not higher is that it's a little bit difficult to mount. With this kind of rubber strap here, it's more difficult than the other ones, and it just feels cheap, you know? It's one thing to have all those options, but the buttons are pretty small and you just want a horn that works, you know? So for this reason, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. Okay, so now for the accessories I was the most excited about. It's this little hat. And you can see right now in Montreal, it's very cold, there's snow everywhere. So for this one, actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the helmet on and put it at an adjustment that barely fit, like it's tight like this. So it's gonna give you an idea if, you know, it's actually occupying some space, this thing. So I'll put it on. It's nice. I don't feel the wind. I can still put the helmet. So it's a little bit tighter, but it fits really well. Yeah, it's much warmer too. I like that. I should have been born with that. Alright, so we started this video wanted to show the cheapest accessories or the weirdest one on Amazon, but as you saw, we realized that, well, some of them are actually pretty good and we could sell them on our website. So while we always recommend to buy accessories on the Apollo website to be sure it's gonna fit on the scooter and you don't have to go through everything we went through today, well, it's good to see that, yeah, there is some good thing out there. And my recommendation for you would be, well, keep the packaging in case you need to return it.